My name is Nina Shield, and I was a singular student working on the Lithic tool analysis project with Dr. Cooper serving as my mentor. The collection of lithic tools was obtained from the Tippecanoe County Historical Society with no contextual information provided. In an attempt to educate the community about cultural history, lithic technology and innovation, and archaeological ethics, this project has been dedicated to creating kits that would include a variety of lithics. Due to the nature in which the Department of Anthropology received the collection, this project required time to sort and catalog the lithic samples that could be representative of different time periods to include within each kit. Certain aspects of each sample would help determine their chronological placement, such as their overall measurements, edge type, and shape of their stem and base. The kits would be assembled with samples in order to provide the users with easily understood and identified lithics. This project required the usage of two phases, cataloging and assembly. In phase 1 of cataloging, the main goal was to organize the collection into a more workable group to allow for an easier assemblage of the kits. First step was reviewing the past students' progress on the collection in order to establish a consistent technique and procedure. Once full review of that was done, there was adjustments made to the measuring process, changing it to using millimeters instead of centimeters when recording the lithic size. With this revision, it was important to go back through the pre-recorded lithics and remeasure them for the most accuracy. The measurements were made using a digital caliper, and each lithic was measured at its length, width of both body and stem, and its thickness. Research was performed in order to identify the most useful way of categorizing, specifically within the description of the lithic. The color and quality of the lithic's construction were also noted. Each lithic was individually analyzed to determine its specific qualities, including the shape of the stem, base, and edge. All of these things combined made distinguishing the time period the lithics were from much easier. With a large number of lithics included in the collection, the lithics that were complete and more distinctive were chosen to be included in kits. The second phase of the project was organizing the chosen lithics into kits to present to the schools. Research was conducted using Indiana's Department of Natural Resources booklet, Early Peoples of Indiana, which had the most common groups in Indiana in chronological order, along with key features of the lithics recovered from each period. Using the lithics that were picked to be ideal subjects, I began to organize them periodically to prepare them for kit assembly. Due to the situation at which the semester ended with COVID-19, the project was put to a halt at this stage. The lithic tool analysis project is not nearly finished by any means and requires future planning. In order to allow the collection to progress in the right direction, there are still other tasks that need to be accomplished. To complete the main kit that has been in development, the specific tools to be included still need to be chosen. For each kit, we have made plans to create an information sheet to go along with the kit, which includes descriptions and pictures of each included lithic. This way, each individual that uses the kit can receive the proper amount of information to see the differences between the tools. Including an information and picture sheet does create other steps, including the draft and revision process. All the lithics that have been cataloged during my time have yet to be photographed or inputted into the overall database, and the next steps that are required for the lithics that have already been recorded into the spreadsheet are to photograph each one and be sure they are inputted. While we have already recorded over 200 lithics from the collection, there is still a large number of remaining lithics that need to be sorted. With the remaining lithics, they need to be sorted into workable lithics that are complete and distinct, and others that are incomplete and could be used in other projects in the Department of Anthropology. From there, each of the workable lithics needs to be measured and recorded, photographed, inputted into the database, and then placed into a kit. With each kit that is created, it is important that the lithics have been chosen to be incorporated into them have been recorded to belong to a specific kit. Each kit itself needs to have its information sheet drafted and reviewed, and there needs to be work on how the kit will be packaged and distributed. In conclusion, there have been great strides made in the progress of this project, and there is still a long way to go. Through careful cataloging and analysis, each lithic has been thoroughly examined to be correctly placed in a kit. The first kit is still in progress, and the final decision of which lithics to include needs to be made, along with the information sheet. Through research on Indiana's native groups and its time periods, accurate conclusions can be drawn to the historic period of origin for each lithic. With all the kits finished, the Purdue Department of Anthropology will be able to provide the kits to local schools and communities to encourage the further education of archaeological efforts.